Hey traders, what's happening? Jamie Setley here. It is July 17th, 2020, Friday. And before the weekend, I just wanted to take a quick look at Euro DXY and dollar SEK. So consider this kind of a end of week European FX review of sorts and possibly preview. Um, but here's Euro, and this is a chart that I had, I believe, in Wednesday's update. But we hit a huge level in euro. So this is a line that's off of the September 2018 high and the March high from earlier this year. You can see that um, this would have been Wednesday here, right? We had a nice long wick up there. We also tagged as a perfect tag of the upper parallel of this channel, okay, which is from the March low. After spiking up through it, we did have a top up there in June, right? Well, we've got several other things here to look at technically. So if you go from this low here on April 24th, you've got a 5-wave advance. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In fact, wave 3 or wave 4, excuse me, pulled back exactly 38.2% of wave 3. Wave 3 is a perfect 5-wave advance. It's just a textbook pattern, okay? Now, how this fits into this down here, I'm not sure of, right? Because this could be a 1, 2, 1, and then coming back in a 2, which actually I think is what's going on, given the bigger picture, or it could just be an ABC. Either way, what you want to be looking for here are signs of resistance um, and a potential short. All right, at least that's how I'm handling this. And we did have resistance again, as I noted that line up here from September 2018, the upper parallel here. We followed through in the downside yesterday. We had some big volume up here. If you look at the futures chart, which I do often, um, but today we, came right back, and this, kind of a levitating type of frustrating market where the dollar just kind of stays extremely weak with very little reaction, really in either direction. I mean, we're the same place we were in June, not to mention March. Anyway, my thought process here is that we are going to pull back some from here. Whether or not we take out these highs, I don't know. But that the next decent move or next, opportunity is on the short side. And I'm looking just down towards these lows here, which is going to be about 1260, which happens to be the yearly opening price as well. And eventually you could have some parallels and et cetera, et cetera. All right, so that's where my head's at with euro. Let's take a look at DXY. Now, this is the channel from the 2011 low, okay? You can see, as I often have in my channels, right, you've got the 25 and 75 lines, which bracket that center line, that median line, okay? We've been kind of trading around for much of this year. That 25 line was support back in March. It was actually support back in um, June, and we've been trading at it for about the last, I don't know, 3, 4 days, right? Right here. So we are at a level where you could get a bounce. You've got the horizontal level here to June 2019 low, all right? So just as we've got Euro at resistance, DXY is at support. Okay, you can see, generally speaking, how the 25 and 75 lines have been pretty decent in terms of, acting as pivots. It's not precise, but it was really from April 2019 up until September 2019, all those highs up here. Okay, and then really the tag we had up here in April before the dollar really, um, got hit. Shorter term, there is a fork that I'm following here. This is actually a channel. Thought it was a shift fork. It's not. It's just a channel. And you can see that we've hit the center line here on the 15th. That was on Wednesday. And we've more or less been kind of riding lower from the 25 line here. Okay, so pay attention to this, because as long as you're above this center line here, you could get, we could get a bounce, right? If you crack this, then you got to watch out because the next level probably is not until that 75 line, which is also going to be near the March low. You take out that March low, right? Oh, something else to be aware of as we head into next week. If you were to look at the euro chart again, you'll notice that euro is actually fairly close. It's much closer on a percentage basis to its March high than DXY is to its March low, right? So we could end up with, one of those classic non-confirmations where euro takes out, say, its high, but dollar index fails to take out its low, and then you'd get, a turn, uh, from that non-confirmation. So something to keep in mind. All right, last one we're going to look at is dollar SEK, which is the Swedish krona. Okay, so this was the channel from 2018, right? Perfect channel. It was resistance back here in March. Took out, broke the low here in May. Dropped, came back, didn't quite reach it. But we've got a perfect channel here as well. And what you'll notice too, from a kind of a wave pattern standpoint here, is that you do have a 5 down, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, lower, and 5. And so as you head into next week, you're going to want to pay attention not only to this center line here, but also there's a bigger trend line. And bear with me. I'm going to draw this in, and then we're going to zoom in to see it on a shorter term chart. Okay. So there's that trend line. This is going to be back from the lows back in 2014 and 2018. So if I go to a 4-hour chart, you can see, lo and behold, that line is right there. It's like Sunday night. I mean, you know, could you envision a scenario in which we gap a little bit lower, right? Kind of an exhaustion type of gap in the dollar. Dollar SEK trades down here Sunday night, and then we get a reversal. Something to think about, right? Just kind of thinking about different possibilities. Anyway, this probably is the biggest thing I'm watching, um, you know, in European FX as we head into next week, right? Finish up this week, head into a new week. All right. All right. So again, that is a quick review and kind of what I'm looking at in terms of euro, DXY, and dollar SEK. Generally speaking, euros at resistance, dollar index at support, dollar SEK at a big level. Pattern-wise, it looks like this move is terminal, and that we're going to have potential for a reversal. But we got to put those shows of support for the dollar, shows of resistance in euro before you really have a setup to take advantage. All right, so Jamie Setley here signing off, and have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.